Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it live?
Recording. Oh, it's live already. Okay.
Ah, you can see on your side. Ah.
Well, it says live.
Really? Okay, let's wait lah. Is it really live? Yes, it's live. Okay. Hey, let me put a gallery view. Then okay, yeah, co-host. Okay, good. Okay, okay, hello parents. This is Coach John here from Learning Out of the Box, and thanks so much for being here. I know that this session, I didn't inform anyone of you earlier, but I think it's very important because many of our P6ers got their results yesterday, and even though they have left our center, left our program, but I think that being a parent and an educator, we got to continue to support them all the way. Yeah, I mean, it's not always about paid lessons or money transaction. Yeah. So today I got a very good friend of mine. Hello, Sophie.
Hi, John.
Okay, before Sophie share with us her tips, yeah, I think I just want to share and give a shout out to Sophie that I only informed her like yesterday night that hey, many P6s, I think no matter whether they did well or didn't do as well as they have expected, somehow there will be a tinge of disappointment. Yeah, so I think we better do this session to support the parents as well. Okay.
Coach John is very caring.
I try my best lah because I think I'm also a father of three girls, and I hope that the teachers that touch their lives also help them in this manner lah. Yeah. Okay. So before we move on, let me share with you who is Sophie. Sophie is an advanced international coach and trainer in the MAP method. Sophie, what is MAP? Can you just give me the name? Then I continue with your profile.
Okay, the MAP method, actually, we call it, is something that helps with mind management techniques. So that's what we use to help professionals and coaches and all that to, manage their mindset and their emotional wellness.
So you work with professionals, coaches, therapists, and parents, yeah, like
Parents.
me, to stay sane.
Yes, that's a good word.
Yes,
Stay sane.
yeah, to stay sane. Okay, okay, parents. Thanks for being here. And if you are working now, it's okay. That's all. You can watch this anytime you want because it's always on Facebook itself, yeah, or on our YouTube channel. Yeah. So before we start the conversation, as in how can parents be present with their kids, especially this crucial time, the aftermath of PSLE. Yeah. So also I think I also want to share that Sophie's second, the younger girl also is a P6 this year, right? So I think she can definitely share from her own experience as well as a professional. Okay, so here we go. Okay, Sophie, I think as a parent, I can imagine my child taking PSLE next year and then she receives the results and I'm there with her. So I can start to feel anxious. Yeah. So I think a lot of times, what can we parents do to support our children? Doesn't matter whether they did well or did not do as well as they wanted in their PSLE. So what can we parents do?
I think I see this as, two things. First is, what is the issue if the child is disappointed? Of course, if the child is happy with their results, great, can celebrate. But if the child is disappointed, I think the question also is the parent also disappointed? And if the parent is disappointed, then you have to look into yourself and say, what is it? Is it because of something that your expectations are not met, or something that something you wanted out of your child, or that you actually feel guilty? So I have two girls. One of them graduated 2 years ago. She actually did very well, but she was very disappointed. And although my husband and I were very proud of her, uh, we didn't know how to deal with her disappointment, right? Because she didn't get into the school of her choice, although she did very well. And then I started feeling very bad. I felt very guilty. So,
Mm.
really, parents can be very affected by this. But then we need to look also at the underlying thing, which is, why is the child disappointed? Um, maybe you might think that, oh, child is not is disappointed because it didn't meet parents' expectations. But what is the underlying meaning to it? Does it mean to them that the parent doesn't love them, or they think that they're not good enough? I think that is the thing that really stirs it up. Or maybe the child is disappointed because they didn't do as well as their friends. But actually the underlying meaning to this is like, is it because they feel stupid? They feel that they're lousy, they're not as good as, as other people. And then the third one is like, if they didn't get into their ideal school, right? Then what is the underlying reason that they are disappointed? Is it because fear of the future? So for one of my child was really, she wanted to be in this school because of her friend, right? And she couldn't get there. So for her, it's, oh no, I have to go to another environment where I don't know any friends. I have to start all over again. So that could be the underlying thing of their disappointment. So I think knowing exactly what is a disappointment could help us actually support them through. Because if it's about them being upset because they didn't meet the parents' expectation, means that they're also looking for love. They're looking for your affirmation. So what you can do is really to do things that make them feel that, hey, you accept them and you care for them and you love them, no matter what their marks are. You need to affirm that part of it because that's their fear, right? My parents are not going to love me anymore, And then like if they didn't do as well as their friends, maybe they feel like they're not good enough. So then focus on what they're good at. Like remind them that they put in so much effort, and even like do some sports with them so that they know like, oh yeah, I'm really good at this sport. And I don't have to think that just because I didn't do it academically, I'm useless. I'm not good at anything. But it's just a reminder. So this is kind of like without having to say anything, we can do certain things with them to just sort of remind them. And then I think not getting into the ideal school, if it's because they're afraid that they can't manage the new environment, they don't know new friends, then actually you can, if you know people like seniors in the new school that or the school that they might apply to, you can get them to speak to them. I think it helps to know someone around the age group, and then it could help to dispel their fear that, and their questions about that school, like what CCA, what's the school like. That is very helpful. So it really depends on why are they disappointed, and that will really help us in taking that action.
Okay, so as parents, when you're saying that sometimes we need to find it'll be good to find the underlying reasons. And even for myself, being social work trained and having practiced social work for 7 years, sometimes when it comes to my own kid, it's a dynamic between parent and child. So how can a layman find out the underlying reason? And sometimes as a parent, I have a fear myself also, like, what if I say the word, then it's wrong, then I ask the wrong thing, then my child will be angry with me. So what can be some actionable steps for parents, like to find the underlying reason?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So in the short term, in the first 48 hours, right, you're going to see a mix of emotions from your child. And then you might end up having a mix of emotions too, because you also, like in my case, I was very shocked because like I'm happy, but then my child is not. Then like, how am I supposed to react, right? Because if I'm happy, also she's like, are you mad? I'm upset. Why are you happy? Kind of thing. So I think welcome all emotions is the first thing. Acknowledge and welcome all their feelings. Really welcome them into your arms. Like if they're upset, let them be. Don't try to stop and say, no, don't. Why must you be upset because you did well anyway, or whatever. So ask them first, how are you feeling? I think that's more important before we try to be a detective, and then assure them of your love. Make sure that they know that like I know you're disappointed, but it's okay. I'm here for you. I think that's all they need to hear. That's all they need to know. And even if you can't say it, just be there with them, and then spend quality time. So actually my number two, she was a little disappointed with, her results. And we ended up spending a lot of time with her after her results, just to know that we are there. And we did things, whatever thing that she wanted, like why don't you eat. Yeah, we just did it. So to the point that she said she wanted to go swimming, and I've not worn a swimming costume for like, I don't know, years. I did that for her, really. Whatever makes her happy. And I think at the end of the day, when I asked her again, all she remembered of that day was not her disappointment, but actually that, yeah, my mother put on a swimming costume and we had fun in the pool. So there you go, that twist. So I think firstly is welcome all feelings. And then, throughout the day, when it's appropriate, you can check in them there. How do you feel now? And then they may tell you, yeah, I'm still disappointed, or I'm feeling better because, and I think when you have a conversation with them without prompting too much, you will find out what is the reason why they are disappointed. So kind of going in a more subtle way, but not asking them why. Yeah.
when you say why, but I think that sometimes I feel that the one is my favorite word when I talk to my own kids. I mean, not to other kids, but I think when we talk to our own kids, we put on a different mask. It's our real mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that sometimes there's this natural urge to ask, yeah, like you can hear my kid crying right now, and then there's an urge to ask like what happened. Yeah. Yeah. So how can we actually as parents be more aware of this maybe mellow down our inner voice and be
Yeah.
really there with our child. Sometimes, like when we ask our child, so what do you want? But sometimes when our children say this, but we do have our objections that, hey, why not this one? So it's not like really what they want, it's what I want.
Yes, yes, truly, truly. Yeah. I think as parents, we love our child so much. We want to be the one to help them, to give them all the solutions when we can, right? We feel so desperate when we see that our child is unhappy. But I think for this kind of, in this kind of scenario, it's better not to try to fix. Don't be a Mr. Fix It or, Mrs. Fix It. Like, I think just being present, just be there for them and say less words. If you're a family who's okay with hugging, just hug them or, just be with them. Don't have to say anything. I think the more you say, you might say the wrong thing. And I think one thing you mentioned earlier was getting the whole family to support the child as well, especially siblings, let's say, because sometimes siblings can, unintentionally say things that may trigger the child. So yeah, do let the siblings know to be kind to them because they are maybe a bit more fragile that day. And then everybody just do some fun things together, whatever, whichever the child wants. Like, I mean, if they want to have a quiet time, let them be. If they, if going out helps, then yeah, go out for a meal, do a fun activity. Yeah, just get through the day, and then the talking can come later. Because to me, I see a short term and a long term. And I think with the first 48 hours, it's very, fragile. So just do very simple, light things. Don't try to fix too many things. And after that, I think you can have more a long-term approach. How you want to journey with them, show them the opportunities, encourage them along the way. That can be a long-term thing. But at the beginning, I think you just need to hold that space for them and just let them ride through the storm.
Yeah, and I like the part when you say that to get the involvement of all family members, for example, maybe dad, mom, siblings, or even sometimes for our own kids, they have their favorite aunties or uncles. Yeah, and I think parents, we know that being a parent, I myself included, every day is like a daily battle, and we do get mentally drained. I'm not sure about you, but I know that morning my girl will come in and wake me up with her crying. Then nighttime, the day will end off with her crying. Wow, gonna faint already. Yeah. So this is my day. Yeah. So yeah, so if you are ever feeling like very tired, do sound out. This is what I told my girls. If you don't tell Papa what you need, Papa cannot guess Papa cannot mind read. Yeah. So or you can write it down like what you're feeling. I mean, this is what I get my eldest to do as well. She writes how she feels.
That's
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah. So I mean this one I think it's more for parents because I'm always on the parent side, say parents, you must take care of yourself because it's not that your child's taking PSLE, you are also taking PSLE. And there's one mother who's with 6 kids, and she was saying, hey John, I can't believe it. I had to go through 7 PSLE, including mine. Wow.
That's quite a
7.
feat.
Huh?
Wow. That's quite a feat, actually.
7,
I
and then
salute the mom.
yeah, and then she and like us in the LOB parents tribe, we all teach our own kids. Yeah, especially maths lah. Yeah. So okay, so what I want to ask you I forgot. See? I forgot. Already.
That's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah. So okay, let's talk about family involvement. The aunties, the uncles, the siblings, the parents, spouse, example. Yeah. How can they come together to really support a child? I mean, sometimes I know that my eldest like teenager like pre-teen, we don't want to overdo it. You see, then they're like, huh, what is going on? It's not a big deal. Yeah, but it's a big deal to her. So how can we come together? Like, what would be some of the steps that we can do?
Actually, I found one thing. If we
Yeah.
talk about extended family, I think extended family and close friends, they really care a lot for the child. And sometimes, you know, probably the first question to ask is, how did you do? And I think for a child who is disappointed with the result, I don't think they want to answer that question. Right. Yeah. I think the better question to phrase is, how are you feeling? Maybe. And I think that matters more than the result. Because when you say how did you do, it sounds like, okay, only the result matters, not me. I think it's more important to say, how are you feeling? And that is more important. And you know, if the child is good, they will tell you the result. If they're not feeling good, then maybe that is a question for another day. You know, what is the actual mark? Yeah. Because I know it can be, you know, like my daughter is like, you know, I don't want to talk about my marks kind of thing. Right. So I mean, and then grandparents are like, what's the mark? What's the mark? You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. So I think that's one that they can definitely support. And then the other is just to be there, like ask if there's anything we can do for you. You know, would you like something? Can we send something over? Like Coach John is so kind, you know, Coach John will go, can I send you something? Okay, no, I better not say anything. Yeah, but yeah, just offering any kind of help, any kind of thing they can cheer the child up. And she said, you know, sometimes it's not the parent. Maybe the parent has their own things to deal with, and maybe immediate family can offer to maybe bring the child out while the parent kind of gets some breathing space. Right? They need to manage their own emotions as well.
So I think what I can add on here is like, for example, if a child has a favorite auntie or uncle or a favorite cousin or even sibling who is much older, sometimes I think that it's easier for the siblings to talk among each other or to be there with each other during such vulnerable time. I mean, in the sense that the child is feeling very lousy, very sad, disappointed, all the negativity all racing through the mind. It's okay to let go. And I think being a parent myself, it's also a self-reminder. It's okay to let go. Let the other person bring your child out to have a good day, adding on more positive memories. And let's say if the parent itself is greatly affected, probably not feeling it there yet, but you know something is wrong. Yeah, probably you also need a timeout as well.
Yeah.
And it's okay to have a timeout. There's no need for us to be with our children all the time.
Yes. And I think that's something that you mentioned about making it a positive day, because this is one event and this event will be over, right? But your memories about that event is up to how you want to create it. So it may be an event that you're feeling sad about, but if you can, for that day, just make it a happier day, I think then the memory of that event becomes happier because it's already over. You can change that part of it. So that's why at the end of the day, when I ask my daughter, you know, how are you? It's no longer about I'm disappointed. It's about, yeah, the day has been overall very pleasant, very happy, very unexpected. I mean, surprising lah, because mom was wearing a swimming costume. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think a takeaway for me from here is it's not easy. Yeah. Sometimes our children may request us to do something that is out of our comfort zone. It may not be asking us to do something. It may be like in Sophie's case, the children are out swimming, and it may be an invite for Sophie to join them as well. And probably they know that mommy wouldn't do one. And then mommy came in a swimming costume. Yeah. And the children like, what? I thought it's just that's a casual remark. Yeah. So I think that really I would say that supersede the memory of whatever happened in the morning, disappointment, negativity. Yeah. Then suddenly, wow, maybe 10 years down the road, you ask her, what do you remember during your PSLE result day? Oh, mommy came in a swimming costume.
Yep.
She totally forgot about what happened in the morning.
Yes. I reckon that will be the case.
And it'll be the family talk, even maybe with your grandchildren.
Yes.
Oh, what PSLE score? I don't know. But I only remember the swimming.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, parents, I think today is a short session. Just want to come in to quickly offer you some alternatives. Again, these are not the best one. I mean, it's just like casual conversation between me and Sophie, because both of us have lots of experience in the helping profession. So we thought that we can shed some lights on it. Yeah. So Sophie, do you have any more tips? Yeah, maybe, or do a wrap up.
Yeah, I think we talked about the short term, and I think in the long term, do remember to continue to journey with your child through the
Mm,
transition. Yeah. Because for me, when my older child was disappointed, she continued on feeling sometimes disappointed. So, even when she went to the new school. So continue the journey with them, really spend that time with them, encourage them, help them to bounce back. I think this is a good learning moment for them to learn how to bounce back up. I mean, that's what life is about, right? It throws curveballs at you, and it's really up to you to get them to bounce back. And then, yeah, continue to believe in the child. I think that's all they need. Yeah.
mm, mm. Certainly, when you were saying something just came
Okay.
yeah okay, I think maybe some more things that I can share lah,
Mm.
and also I love to have a feedback as well. Okay, when I was young, I think as a child, I'm not sure who told me that, but he said that I'm hopeless lah, or he thought that I should have done better. While I think now as a parent, when I think back, actually as a child, this kind of remarks are actually not very helpful.
Yeah, yeah, they really
Yeah.
take that in. It becomes their personal belief system. So it's important what the parents say because you have the strongest thing. So believe in them. Yeah. I mean, PSLE is just the beginning. There's still a very long way, right?
Mm,
Yeah. The secondary school and or wherever they're going to go, tertiary education, they need your support all the way. And that counts much more than primary school, I believe.
mm. Yeah, then the other thing is whatever grades that our children get, there'll always be those with worse grades, as well as there'll be those with better grades. Yeah, so there's no end to comparison.
Yeah.
And I think the worst thing, in my opinion, as a father and as a child who's being compared like for the my entire life, is when our grades are compared with a smarter cousin, a smarter sibling, yeah, or even a smarter uncle, or the parents say, hey, you know what? I always get what 279 for my grades. Why you get only like example the PSLE score, you didn't do as well as I did 20, 30 years ago or 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I've heard those things. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I think, yeah, I would say focus on the journey and also the milestones, not so much the results. Because yeah, that's what life is about, right? Focus on the journey and the milestones, wherever you're gonna go next. I think that's more important than the results. And that will really see your child through.
Got it. Yeah. Again, all these tips are for parents to support their kid. Parents, if you need help or you think that you need help, I'm sure that all parents, I feel, have someone that you feel you can confide in, like maybe your bestie, your best friend, yeah, or sometimes some children are their parents' best friend, yeah. So I think it's always good to talk it out and not keep it within yourself because it can be very damaging. Mm. Any final takeaway before we end this session?
I think every child or every person grows at a different pace as well. And some will blossom in primary school and some secondary school. Maybe some at uni and maybe some even after they retire. So yeah, whatever it is, yeah, just encourage your child, build their confidence and believe in them. And I think their passion will shine through when the time comes.
Mm. And this can only happen when we parents continue to believe in our child,
Yeah.
regardless of the grades that they get now, secondary school, Set 1 to Set 4, poly or JC, uni, doesn't matter because there'll be exams all the way. And even right now as adults, wouldn't you agree that we are always tested?
And we're still learning. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that was
my
the.
children always test my patience every day.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah,
And
we still learn.
sometimes I feel badly.
But we learn.
Why? Huh?
Yeah. But we learn on the job. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, parents. Again, this is not related to math, but I think we are more concerned about your children's emotion. So it's not always helping you to solve math questions. I think in LOB community, we also are very concerned about how can you have a healthy emotional well-being while supporting your kids. Yeah, so please take care of yourself, and then if you need support, turn to people around you who you trust. Yeah, a good WhatsApp to your friends or your bestie. Yeah, okay. And if your spouse is your best friend, do talk to him or her as well, and do note that as as a human being, we can't read minds. Yeah, so sometimes I mean, I myself also find the trap of assuming that my children know what I'm thinking or I'm feeling. So it's always good to say it out and don't assume that other people can know how you feel or what you're thinking. Yeah, that one is very damaging. I mean, in my opinion. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Sophie, thanks so much for your time.
Pleasure.
Yes. Okay, parents, take care. And then tomorrow we have another good friend, and he's a psychotherapist. Yeah, also in helping profession, working with adults. A very kind gentleman. This morning I asked him, he said okay. Yeah, okay. Tomorrow he'll come in to share his experience now of supporting parents and children how to bounce back after every fall lah, I would say. I would say adversity lah, after every fall. Yep. Okay, bye-bye. Okay.